Okay, we are live. So yeah, let's do a round of introductions. Since you're new, Darcy, we are going to have you start.
Okay, so I'm new, and I've been doing software development for a while, and I'm going through the um, getting my nano degree for Android. So I don't know. Hopefully, if I'm too beginner for this, then I'll step out. But I just wanted to see what you guys were doing. So I've got lots of Java background, and anyways, so that's
Yeah, I mean, I posted the prerequisite on the meetup.
Yep.
Basically, if you are capable
Yeah,
of
that was fine.
yeah, if you are capable of grabbing that from GitHub and compiling it on a phone or an emulator, then you're in.
Okay, I did that. So
All right, so welcome, you're in. But we're not on the system. When we met in person in June, I actually have people show me like the app running on either the emulator or the phone, and everybody did it. So I mean that's kind of just a baseline so that we are not helping people download JDK, right? Because that that will take a while. So.
Yeah, I'd say that I'm running with a little bit newer. So, anyways, it seems fine.
Cool. All right. Great. So let's go to Brenda.
Hi, I'm Brenda. I have been doing Android development since 2011, and that concludes my introduction.
Well, I guess people can also say what they're doing right now. Are they doing Android for work right now, or this is more like a hobby thing that they want to pick up, or they want to learn it so that they can do Android for work, right? So just kind of place yourself somewhere on that line.
So okay, I am a full-time Android developer.
Okay, that's great.
And also a hobbyist.
Right. You work and play in Android.
Right.
Cool. And Joe, can you go next?
Sure. I've been programming for Android since 2013 in November. Doing
happy 2-year anniversary.
But that job went to India, so now I'm taking Android classes, and this week my advanced Android class started. So I'm working on an assignment. Actually, today I was working on it, getting it working. So.
Cool. Kelly, since you're unmuted already, I guess you can go next.
Okay. I'm Kelly, and I am an Android developer. I work and play in Android. As you
Cool. And so Peter?
I've been doing Android since this group started, and I'm still pretty clueless.
Cool. So yeah, I guess I should introduce myself to. I kind of assume you all know me. I'm an Android developer. I do Android freelancing, so I work from home, and I kind of split my time between doing Android and teaching Android and going to conferences and writing my own app. So I guess I play in Android and work in Android and I teach Android. Everything is Android basically. So cool. All right. So I guess I assume we are not going to do technical code review this time, just because I didn't get any requests earlier about specific questions that people have. So I thought maybe what we can do is kind of talk about what we want to do next. So Darcy, just give you a background. What happened was in June, basically when we started the group, we ended up enrolling into a hackathon because with like a real deadline, real things happen, right? Otherwise, people just procrastinate and nothing happens. So there was a 3-week deadline. We managed to pull together an app and submit it and won, which was awesome. And that also forces us to kind of figure out how we want to collaborate. We set up GitHub account, like how we want to do pull requests and like review. So there's a lot of processes that like we end up setting up because of that. So that's kind of nice in terms of like now we have a Hangout that we use for text chatting to communicate, and we have the GitHub organization so we can share code. But the flip side is that because of the time pressure, I felt like a lot of the learning that I wanted to happen wasn't happening because some people are trying to come up to speed and they are not going to be able to learn and implement and polish in 3 days before the deadline. So we ended up having, I feel like, the more experienced people chipping in a lot more, and then the beginners not learning as much. So we ended up doing another a second hackathon just with a subset of people. Actually, basically, everybody from that hackathon is here too. So Brenda's here, Joan's here, and so Peter and me. So the 4 of us went to another hackathon. That was a 24-hour in-person hackathon. The first one was online, and we won again. Yay! We have a perfect track record.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of like fun, just in terms of like bringing an idea from an idea to an actual app. But I am kind of trying to figure out what we want to do next. So we started on a third group project, but because there was no real deadline, and just as I predicted, things were kind of just not happening. And I'm not quite sure, like, if group project. I know, sorry, nothing happened, but it didn't move as much as I would hope. I don't know. I mean, I was not. Like, for that particular one, I wasn't as naggy as before. Like, when there was a real deadline, I was really hard on people and pinging them and making sure that things are either happening or they tell me it's not happening. Kind of like a 2-case scenario. Let's just drag this on. So I'm not quite sure whether we want to continue that model. Partly also because I felt like I personally wasn't learning, because when we do a project like that, I want to like experience. I want to try new things. Like, I want to do have a fancy architecture, or I want to do dependency injection, some like fancy crazy thing, which I feel like would be too much for people who are still trying to figure out the basics. So I was thinking maybe next year we will try to do personal projects. So each person bring an idea, and then we will do the architecture together in terms of like, oh, okay, you should use recycler view with this, and then with this library and whatnot. But each person kind of go at their own level and implement their own thing. So we still get together and we'll still try to present to each other what we've been doing, but not on the same code. And the other thing that's nice about that is then afterwards, once this is all done, you can push it to Google Play, and it will have your name on it, like literally. So if you're going to go for a job or whatever, you can tell people, hey, I wrote this. Like, I wrote every single line of this, which I think the group project is more difficult to use it as like an arsenal, for showing off your Android knowledge. So that's my thinking. Kind of curious what people think.
I think that could be awesome. I think it would be cool also to have sort of like a show and tell at the beginning of each meeting, and then sort of like what you've done so far, and maybe like everyone has to show like a new snippet of code that they worked on, and explain kind of like why they did what they did. And then at the end, we could also go around and like give ourselves like reasonable goals of like what we'd want to do for the next spot, so we can like keep ourselves accountable, because we know we'll be show and telling that next meetup.
Yeah, I like that. And maybe we can, since we meet monthly, maybe midway we can just kind of on the hangout and say, hey, remember, these are your goals, like, just to make sure people don't just forget that. Oh wait, yeah, that's what I said I would do. I mean, it's at that point it's all you are slowing yourself down, right? Like, it's not like other people depending on you, so in a way it's easy to not do it. But then the flip side is if you don't do it, you're not learning. So you are the only one who's losing.
Right.
I like having explicit goals, and then like having the focus, so that in the beginning you share what you are doing. So
yeah, totally.
Other ideas, suggestions?
I like that idea. Let's also keep an ongoing project. I mean, right now we've got definitely things that people can work on. If they don't have a project to bring with them, they can just jump in if they wish to participate on one of the ongoing projects like Test Tracker, or we could even still do a few things to a couple of others like the.
Oh, that's true. I want to change the NFC hunt so that it uses the native text-to-speech rather than whatever that thing is called, the speaker thingy that like we integrated with at the hackathon. So like the code is out there, but no one can use it right now. I think that's great too. So people can either work on their personal project or work on the existing projects, but same formats, right? Like in the beginning, present what you have done, and at the end, set up goals for the next meetup. What do you mean by you're stuck? You are muted.
Is your sound not working?
Okay, you're muted, Peter. Oh, okay. So we will have to have a one-sided conversation where you type and we just look at what you type. That's all right, I guess. I don't know how the recording will come out. It's going to be interesting.
I was wondering about that, whether or not
I'm not going to repeat like what you say. I mean, that's too much.
It looks like we're just talking crazy.
I can talk, but I'm gonna cough a lot, so that's why I muted myself. So, Task Tracker, the branch that I was working on, it doesn't work as I wanted it to. I made a button that was supposed to expand the task, I think, and when I open it up, everything in that button comes up first as opposed to the main screen, so I don't know how to tell it this is the screen that should come up and not this other one.
Oh, so we do have a technical question. So we could do that as well. I guess after we've done discussing this, we can have Sapita show her screen. Except if you're not going to talk, then it will be difficult. So just your call whether you want to do the screen sharing, and we can kind of give you pointers on what's going on. Cool.
The to-do list app, I'm supposed to do the list, and I did it but didn't submit it. But this assignment today actually does a list view to enhance performance. So I'm going to do it like I'm learning this week how to do it. So
good.
It has view handles and a list adapter and whatever.
Yeah, Brenda. So I feel like the only kind of issue I can see with having the main project, people chipping in, is I feel like we need kind of like a project manager role of some kind, just kind of to coordinate what's going on, but maybe not. Maybe people can just dump random things in there.
I think we can just let it go, and it will evolve to what it does. And if somebody doesn't like it, we could always just go in and change it,
So do we still want to do pull requests though, or not? Or people just change the code and call it a day?
I don't know. We might want to think about that because
maybe it's not pull request. Like people have to like present. Like do it in a branch and present at the meeting first before you can merge into master, maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, because that way everybody is there to benefit. So maybe since like unless people want to make faster progress and they cannot wait for the month to present, then they can send the code review out to someone and say, hey, can you take a look now? Your personal project, like I don't think I would stipulate that, like that you have to have the pull request and have people review it. Just on the shared project, I just want something so that people kind of are on top of things and know what's happening, rather than we come back 3 months later and Peter has gone crazy on the task tracker and now it's like spilling fire or something. I don't know. I don't think so, but it's that there for me, like I can kind of picture things just kind of derailing off, and other people may have certain ideas about how how this is going to be, and then they may come back and want to work on it, and then it has completely changed.
Right. So let's then continue with pull requests the way we do. And if somebody, for example, Sapita, you make a pull request and days and now it's pushing a week and nobody has approved it or looked at it, then definitely ping everybody in the Hangout, and then somebody can, because a lot of times they just aren't aware that it's there.
The other thing was the Google Developer Group, the MVP, I would actually like to do a project that
Same
uses
here.
that.
Yeah.
Other than just listening to the talk, I don't know when I'll get to try it out or.
Yeah, but I just feel like for something like that, it's really hard to do it as a group project because it's basically all architecture. Like it's not like we will. I guess we can do the architecture together and then split out the pieces and implement it. But I feel like a large part of it, at least like the way I would do it, is like literally I will lay out the whole architecture and then I will have to change it in the middle. I'm pretty sure because I don't know the pattern. So that's another reason why actually I wanted to do my own projects because I want to learn the MVP pattern and I felt like that's something going to be difficult to do it together. But we can have multiple working on an MVP project, I guess, then and talk and figure it out. I don't know.
Or like two people could be working on their own projects that are both working to implement MVP, and you could, have a knowledge sharing, about how you're planning to work on your own projects.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, the other thing is also I just felt like in terms of people's schedule, like, different people are busy at different time of the year. And then so I felt like the group project just ended up being like having dependencies. And then we just have multiplied that busyness, right? Because we have to have everybody not busy for us to make progress. And when you have 10 people, chances are someone is busy.
Yeah. Even with two people, it's hard, but with such a big group.
Right. Yeah. That's the other reason. But yeah, but like like you also want to do MVP, we can definitely like we can draft the architecture together. Maybe it will be a different application. Like maybe you want to do something related to your cats and dogs, and I don't have cats and dogs, so I want to do something different. Actually, it's not plural. It's just cat and dog, I think. But anyway.
So Darcy, what would you like to see? What were you hoping to get out of this when you joined us today?
Just more exposure. Because in my day job, I don't do any real developments. This is a hobby for me, so just ways to build my skill set in this area and contribute. So, yeah. So it's more of a hobby. It's something that I just am interested in doing, and I think it's pretty cool. So when I play with it and I lose track of time, I'm like, oh, it's like super late, and I should probably go to bed now. But so I enjoy it. So something maybe more directed. The school work keeps me directed, but something outside of that. So and seeing what other people are doing as well.
Sure.
So would you prefer to work on a personal project or kind of contribute to a bigger group project?
I see advantages to both. Working on a group project, you can see what other people, sort of different things that different people do. But if you're doing like helping with code reviews and such, then you'll pick that up as well. So if we're looking at each other's code, just to see different people's styles and how they're doing things. I enjoy doing group work as well. So, but there are disadvantages to that too. So So when I did the Go Code Colorado, we built out for 6 weeks or something, and it's a lot to keep. We had 6 people that we were trying to keep track of and keep the work progressing and everything. So it's not so easy. So I get that. If you can break things out and people can be motivated and directed, I think it works well.
Okay, so basically either way is fine, is what I get.
I'm fine with whatever. Yeah, sorry. In a roundabout way, I'm fine with it. So I'm doing personal stuff for assignments and such. So, and I'll continue doing that. But if there's something that is a group project that people want to work on, that's cool too.
Okay. I mean, we can also do it like we have personal projects, and then we can still go to in-person hackathon together and just hack for 24 hours together, and we can do it both ways, I guess. I just felt like the long-term group project isn't working. Like the short burst group project was working pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
But for me, at least, I don't know. Like maybe Peter and Joan can speak to it because I felt like when we were at the hackathon, you two were kind of hyperventilating while I was frantically like typing out the code. So I just want to make sure that you are getting what you want to get out of the group.
Well, that hackathon, I really didn't contribute, so it wasn't that much fun. But
Right,
anyways.
exactly. So I don't want that to happen like too often. I mean, like from time to time, I felt like that adrenaline was really fun. But if people are here to learn, then it may be nice to structure in a way that is good for them.
Yeah. I felt I could do the Android code that you did, but it might take me a couple hours where you did it like in a half hour or less.
Well, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't see the chat. Okay, let me see what's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the chat pane and see what she said.
Maybe we could do some pair programming every once in a while, if that's what you're kind of looking for.
I see your hat knocking vigorously. We can do that when we're like meeting in person, I guess. So I like that. I like that very much. And we can do the pair programming on the group project, right? So that people can. Well, we can. First of all, make progress on the group project, and then also just learn and figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Seeing somebody else do like some coding, I find that to be helpful. Like when we go to their meetups, like have you seen? It's Venkat. I can't think of his last name. He does Java.
Oh yeah, I follow him on Twitter. I haven't seen.
Yeah, and he just gets up and starts coding and makes mistakes, and everybody learns from what he's doing. So it's not all the time, but.
So basically, one person code and everybody watches instead of.
Well, sometimes,
people code with each other.
Right. So you can see. But no, I mean, I think that they have an idea of like maybe they're working on a certain thing and trying to come up with,
Right.
working in a different some area, some topic that they want to focus on, and then.
Yeah, I actually like that a lot. Because initially I was thinking, when we meet, we could just like do the presentation and then like code on our own, which is kind of lame. But I think like instead we could do that. Like each person present like at which point of their project is, and then we can essentially code together rather than code in the same room but not really together.
Right.
So we'll need to figure out kind of what exactly we want to do in terms of like watching other people, or kind of one person be the typer and everybody yell out what they want you to do. It's like improv, I guess. That's kind of weird. But when we meet in person, we can figure out how to do that. But I think that would work, and then like we would, if nothing else, make progress like during that time.
Yeah. I mean, what if you're doing like a brown bag topic, like if you're like I wanted to learn about dependency injection, and so I'm going to share with the group like here's what I did, here's how I set it up, and walk through kind of what you did to give people an idea of just how that works.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was kind of thinking that for the status update part, but it's more like I present to you these things that I did, not like I will live type on this thing and use my crazy keyboard shortcuts, and you are like, wow, how did you do that? And I'm like, MD. But we could do that too.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I still haven't read Peter's thing. I'm going to read it aloud. With the group projects, could we have a part that we work on and a different part we try to understand? That way no one stops a project. I don't get it.
That's the part where I mentioned that we can, occasionally do pair programming.
Oh, hello, Katie. I'm very distracted. So pair programming. Well, basically, my head that's like, whenever there's a group project, usually what happens is there are different parts that depend on each other, right? So then maybe you're working on this interface that needs to talk to the database and fetch some stuff and then display it. So if the database stuff person isn't ready, it's like, you mean like people who have more experience? Like I can probably figure out how to do it. I can mock out the data and do stuff like that. But I feel like even the coping strategies is going to be difficult. if you're just learning. So I'm not quite sure, like, how do we make parts that are so independent that we know for sure that no one's being stopped.
Well, I think it just depends on what level you're at. For example, with Joan and her trying to create a list view, I said just get something to show on the screen. Just hard code some values. Just make it so that way you have a list that scrolls, and then you can move on from there and actually use real data.
Yeah. That's actually what I'm doing today for my homework.
Right. I mean, it's just it
But
ends up
I'm
not
doing-
happening because of I don't know
I'm
what.
doing threading too, and anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So,
I'm making update stuff to put in the list. Yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I got a pretty good idea of how we want to proceed. Basically, also we're not meeting in December just because holidays, like people are probably either going to be going somewhere for Christmas or trying to wrap up at work so that they can go somewhere for Christmas. So basically, we're talking about January that we're going to do all these things.
Cool.
Cool. All right. So, I don't know. So Peter, what do you want to do? Do you actually want to show us your button?
I want to show you my broken thing and see if you guys can give me
Okay. Yeah, because I have kind of two things we can do. Either we can do that, or we could brainstorm about personal apps. I feel like maybe we can put that at the back of your head. Maybe at the end we can just do a quick round of people's quick ideas of what they may want to work on. So Peter, bring on your screen.
Let me. Wait, I turned on the emulator and I started it, but what is it doing?
You may want to
face.
share your whole screen. Remember last time when you just shared
I know.
the drop down Windows wasn't showing, so we
Yeah.
couldn't really figure out what's happening. So, and also if you're switching between emulator and Android Studio, then we can only see one window at a time if you only see a single window.
Okay, choose what you would like to share. Okay, you can see everything.
You may have to hit the present to everyone button. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what is going on? What the heck is this doing? It says it's trying. Okay. Is it trying?
So you may want to kind of make the Android Studio smaller so that we can see both things right now, because otherwise it keeps flicking back and forth.
Oh, can we see it now or no?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened is I created this window that you see now, but if you hit add item, it adds a new item. But did you see how that first screen I had to go back out of it?
No.
No.
What was it? I guess
Don't close your emulator. It will take a while to come back.
okay.
Especially when it's not a genuine
Let me
motion.
tell you, if you want to like kill the app, let me tell you how to do that. So
Okay.
click on the square. Oh, okay. Click on the square. Or you should redeploy it or something.
Yes, I redeployed it.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay, so when it comes up, I guess what's going on is that this is highlighted and the keyboard is open immediately, and I don't necessarily want it to start with the keyboard open because I don't know that somebody's going to immediately want to add a new item. So I don't know why it is that the keyboard is open when you launch it like
Because
that.
this edit text will try to take the focus, And so it is successfully doing that, and you have not anywhere in your code or in your Android manifest stated that the keyboard should not be open unless the user has touched it. So you need to put something in your code that says unless the user touches it, don't give it focus and don't bring up the keyboard.
Oh, okay. So that's in the Android manifest?
You can either do it in the manifest or and also in your XML layout, or you can just do it in your Java code so that the keyboard doesn't come up.
Okay.
So if you look at, I can't remember, I think is it Chucky, is it part of system service? Something about IME options.
The way I've always done it is basically I have a trap so that this view doesn't get focus. So I haven't done the other way that you're describing.
Let me, let's see. Let me look. I will be right back. You guys keep talking.
Okay, well, but yeah, anyway, so that's kind of the gist of what's happening is that your active text, because it's the first view that is focusable, it got focus, and when it gets focused, it assumes that the user wants to type, so it opens up the keyboard.
Yes.
So I felt that was not the problem you were describing earlier, though. You were talking about that there's an activity that comes up when you click on the button or something, because this is before you click anything, right?
Yes, that's what I meant. That before I clicked anything, the keyboard was open.
Okay. Okay. So there are multiple things you could do. So one thing is like make that text not get focused. The other thing is try clicking on it again. You see how the create notification thing is just gone?
Yes.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, I'm not even sure why it's so, but you see how your, like from new text on top, there's a line there.
On top of where?
There's a line that's flickering right now. Can't,
It's flickering.
well, maybe it's just a Hangout thing. So usually what happens when you open the keyboard is if you specify the right manifest attribute, it will kind of collapse your layout so that it's not going to still try to push the notification button to the bottom. You know what? Can you show me your XML for that screen just to have an idea how you lay things out?
Okay. Where is it? Okay. There is the XML for that screen.
Yeah, close the Android monitor at the bottom so we have a bigger screen. Like click on the number 6 thing in the bottom.
The number what?
You see 6 Android monitor, 4 run.
Okay.
Yeah, better.
There.
All right. So can we go to the top? Oh, okay, we have a relative layout. Aha. You have a fixed size list view, which I think is why, like, so like basically what I'm trying to do is figure out a way if we could, even when the keyboard expands, we can still see that notification button.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something that would interest you.
Well, if you did adjust pan in the manifest or in your Java, then it would just push the view up.
I'm not sure because if the list view is hard coded to be 380 dp, then it wants to take that much space. I don't think it will adjust. But
So you let's see.
yeah.
Then you can adjust resize, and then that would cause it to just push up, and then they would not be able to see it unless it was in a scrollable view. They wouldn't be able to scroll to see the top. I'm pretty sure. But I was looking for the bit of code, something about window manager. I cannot remember it off the top of my head, and I
What
can't
is
see.
in edit text, the last line, select all on focus? Like, that's why it's highlighted, right?
Right.
Okay. But I bet if that's not there, it still might be like the text wouldn't be highlighted, but the edit text would probably still have focus on start. So
And the keyboard still come up.
exactly.
Well, this is literally like a Stack Overflow question.
Yeah.
And every time I do this, I go search and I find that Stack Overflow question again, and then do whatever it says. I don't remember.
Careful because you've been to it before.
Yes, because I know, like every time when I do a new view, it's like, oh yeah, right, the active text is the first focusable view, so it like grab the focus and open the keyboard. But then I don't remember how to make it not do that. So, which is why you were like, hey, what about this and that? I'm like, I'm not sure. I need to go to Stack Overflow and figure it out.
I've gotten stuck on the Stack Overflow because I don't even know enough to know what to ask. So the answers I get are gibberish answers to.
Oh no, I never ask anything on Stack Overflow. I just search.
Yeah, in the edit text, I think you can just add has focus equals false, and it won't give it the focus right away.
Is it that simple? Dun, dun, dun.
I really do.
Oh, that would be lovely. Then maybe I don't need the Stack Overflow answer after all. I can just try to remember this. Moment of truth. Hit the green button. Hit the green button.
Watch, it won't let it take focus at all.
Yeah, it'll solve your first problem, but then create.
Right, you just have a new one.
No resource identifier found for attribute has focus in package Android.
Just do Android : and then hit Control space, and then start typing in the word focus, and it will bring up some options that actually has the word focus in it.
Okay.
Focusable, probably.
Well, we don't want to turn focusable off. Let's see here. Next focus.
Nah.
That's it?
Focusable and touch. I don't know.
No, we don't want to. I thought that there was a XML has focus, but maybe that was in code. All right, let me find what I'm.
All right, fine. I have brought up that Stack Overflow thread that I always read. I'm going to paste that into the chat because that's how I do things. All right. So there are multiple ways. The first one is the honeypot. Let's put a dummy view to trap the focus way, which I don't usually do the way they do it. I don't usually put a linear layout because that's a really heavy view. I mean, if you want a dummy view, there are lighter weight dummy views. But I'm very intrigued by the third answer, which is add Android Windows soft input mode state always
That's what
hidden.
I'm looking for.
But if it's always hidden, then how can you type?
It's not. It just dismisses it right away. In fact, I actually think I answered a Stack Overflow question about that.
Really? Your name is Luke?
I'm glad you guys are saying that, because, yeah, I know the Stack Overflow.
That's
All the
how
time.
we live. Like,
Yes, exactly.
Was it this? Or did I do?
I don't
No,
think that
we don't
was
want that turn off. That's not what we want.
No, it's the window soft input mode. So there are different
How do I
values.
That in this. I don't know how to use Hangouts.
What do you
How
want
do
to do?
Message. I want to send a chat message. Oh,
Click on the left. Hover on the left. There should be a bar that is like
Oh, the right.
blue little speech bubble thing on top. If you click that, it will open the pane on the right, and then you can type.
Oh.
Right. So.
or whatever.
Oh, I think the one we want is state hidden. So it starts hidden, and then it's not always hidden. So then when you click on it, it will come up.
Oh, so there's a way to do it here in the XML?
Yeah, but in the activity, not in the layout.
Android manifest. You got to open the manifest. Command Shift O.
Where?
Wait, what? What is the magic keys?
Command Shift O
Command Shift. Oh yeah, the search thing. Okay.
to open the Android manifest.
Wait. No,
And then start typing in Android.
Android.
You need to check the include non-project files. So
That's
okay, that
one
works now. Oh no, sorry, that's not what it means yet.
way.
This one?
Yes.
Yep.
And what do we need?
In the activity tag, add an attribute that is, well, I'll just put it in the chat. So Android Windows soft input mode equals state hidden. It's funny to see you copy and paste.
I'm gonna copy and paste.
Yeah.
In the activity. There.
All right.
So now it should work.
That's the theory. Though that answer hasn't been upvoted too much, so maybe it wouldn't work.
No errors, no warnings.
If that doesn't work, the bit that I put in chat above the square island.
Yay, it works! So now the task is click on it and make sure that the keyboard still come up, so you can still type. Yes!
All right.
Yay! All right, I'm going to upvote that answer.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
So Peter, that bit that I typed in there, that is an alternative to what you just did into your manifest. You can put that actually in your activities code in your on create, and it does the same thing. You should dismiss your keyboard.
Okay. So that will go in the main activity.
Or in the activity in question that's got the view in it.
Okay.
You don't need to do them both, though.
Okay. And the other thing was the notifications. I didn't design that part well, and it's not quite working, and whatever. But I'm glad that this question was answered.
And as I said, lots and lots of people need an answer for this question. So, yay!
Joan, is that you whining?
It's my dog. He wants me to pick him up.
I saw him earlier, and I was
Yeah.
expecting a much smaller dog.
Really? He's little. He's only, well,
He looked
He's
big. Sitting in your lap, he looked big.
here. This is macaroni.
Hello, macaroni. Stop the whining. Yeah, so I feel like that kind of thing is something we could
Now
do
we have to get down.
at the meetup. Basically, go through code, answer questions, figure things out together. Like it was literally, I think everybody picked up something from there. I have no idea. You can use the soft input adjust pan thing that Brenda pastes.
Or whatever flag you want to put. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's probably equivalent to the XML attribute.
Yeah.
It sounds the same. Soft
It
input.
is.
Cool. Yay. Okay, she's walking and coughing.
Sapita, didn't you have another question? Or was that it?
I had
Yep.
one more, but I needed to cough. The notification part is not working or working oddly, and that needs to be designed better. So there were two parts to the notification part. One is, here, let me share screen again. Share. So create notification. I created a notification, and when I hit done, I want the notification to go away. But I read about intent, but this does not seem to be working right. So I'll hit done, and it's still there.
So by go away, you mean it does not launch an intent, or what?
Well,
Do you actually need it to then change some state in your app or do something?
I put code in there that was supposed to be an intent, but I thought that would bring up another screen, and it didn't bring up anything. I
Yeah.
basically cut and pasted this code, and it's not doing what I'd expect
Did you copy and paste it from LaunchIn or from somewhere else?
from somewhere else.
Okay, because I was like, let's look at what LaunchIn does. Because I don't remember either.
Luncheon was doing well. There's notify, and then there's notify something compat. What was the other?
Oh, that's a notification util that just wrap things.
Yeah. So I got confused as to what is.
Well, let's bring up your code and I can show you how to find the part in LaunchIn that we want to look at.
Okay. Where is my code? So I have a notification receiver, and I had main activity, but it's not. Okay, this is what I was trying to do to create the notification.
Okay, sanity check first. Is your notification receiver activity in your manifest?
Oh,
Nope. It can't be launched.
oh. So where do I put it?
So it's basically like the task details activity. You're just declaring it. So
Oh,
basically just tell Android that I have this thing and this is its name.
oh.
That's cool, but I feel like whenever I try and call an activity that's not on the manifest, the whole app crashes because it's not there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the pending intent wrapped launching thing like that.
As opposed to like directly.
Like a direct intent versus a pending intent.
Yeah.
So that's my theory why it didn't just like crash and burn.
Okay.
But I kind of want it to crash because then I can see the stack trace and it will yell at me and say, I don't know what is this activity, rather than failing silently.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could run it again. Is it? Oh, okay. Create notification. Ah, okay. So
Yeah, like I said, I would prefer if it just crash and burn, then at least you can look at the error message. But yeah, that is very common. Like I often do that, or I'll add a new service, and then it's not there, and then nothing happens, and I'll spend half a day or longer stretching my head. But yeah, so that was why.
okay.
Cool. So yeah, we didn't even need to go to LaunchIn. Oh, one more thing, I would recommend naming like it's something different other than receiver, because receiver has a very specific meaning in Android. It's like the broadcast receiver. But you know, naming things are hard. If you can't come up with something better, it's fine. Just because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, receiver, and I was like, oh no, that's not a broadcast receiver.
Oh, okay.
That's nitpick. Cool. Okay, well, like I said, like I think like if we do something like that in our in-person meetup, it'll be really cool. Or we can also do it on Hangout, I guess. The nice thing about Hangout is that we have a record of what happened, and then you forget, like 3 months later, we can come back and look. So unless Peter have more things that we want to step through, maybe we can just do a quick round of like what personal project people may want to work on. There are two Brendas. Oh my god, I'm so confused. And it's echoing like, oh my god. All right, one Brenda disappeared.
Okay.
Only the glamorous Brenda remains.
Yeah.
Right, so kind of maybe
Hello?
we can... Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, my other laptop, I couldn't hear anybody anymore.
Oh.
So, by the way, I was looking through my code, and actually, the code that I posted, that's to show the keyboard, and the code to hide it looks like this. I just wanted to clarify that. So that would
Yeah. Yeah, I've used that.
yeah.
I mean, I literally have a view util function that has that thing in it, and I always, whenever I start a new project, I've copied the view util.
I basically just I just do copy or find and then copy and never think of it again.
Oh, I don't know whether the chat stuff will show in the video. That's a good question.
No.
I don't know. Well, why don't we do this like before we hang up? Like I'll copy and paste all the chat, and just so that we have a record of it if it's not saved. And I can post a gist or whatever, so that we have all that. Just remind me so that I don't just like happily close the Hangout. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I think I scheduled it for 2 hours, but I don't think people will yell at me for ending it early. So maybe we can just go around and see what people want to do in 2016, like what technology, what they want to learn, or what project they want to implement. That kind of two directions, right? So you can drive it from the idea direction, or you can drive it from what you want to learn. I can go first, so you have some time to think. So there are multiple things. One, actually, we might have many things, so I'm just going to dump it all out. So I want to try something in MVP, just to set it up, have proper architecture, and do as much unit test as I can, meaning JUnit, not on the emulator, and see how that goes, because I have heard so much about it, and I finally, basically got someone to give a talk at GDG Boulder so that I can learn the basics, but now it's time to get my hands dirty, because I actually just today tried to wrap something in MVP and I couldn't figure out how to do it, so I think it would be very helpful to do it with other people and just figure it out. It's a way of thinking. So speaking of way of thinking, RxJava, I will really need to dedicate time to learn it if I want to learn it. I don't have time right now, so doing it at the meetup will be also good, but I'm not very motivated to learn RxJava at this moment because I don't see using that in my real work, just because it's kind of you're going to repipe a lot of things, so I'm not excited about that.
I feel very motivated to learn it, so maybe I can motivate you.
Okay, yeah, maybe if other people are doing it with me, then I will be more motivated.
What Java are you talking about?
RxJava is a reactive functional programming framework. I'll type it in the chat because English no good.
Okay.
So the other thing is I want to learn to use Dagger properly, I guess. I've used Dagger in one very particular way, which is using singletons and injecting things into the application level. And I've open sourced that, and people keep posting like issues, yelling at me and saying that you're doing it wrong, like you should like do it per activity, or you shouldn't do it this way or that way. So I have not looked at all the different scopes that Dagger 2 provides. So again, it's like I'm not going to be using it right away because like my current approach works, which is why I want to do it at the study group setup, which is kind of like if that's something I can do at work already, I'll do at work because my client pays me to do it. But This is the kind of thing that I will have to set aside a chunk of time to investigate on my own without immediate like payout. So I'm kind of throwing all these ideas out there. I'm like, wow, I wish I have time to look into that. So those are the three main things that I would want to investigate. Oh, who wants to go next?
Everybody on the house.
I'll go. So I want to build an app that's an expense tracker app. So I've used an app for like a lot of my recent travels, but it kind of assumes that you want to track expenses like every week and stuff, and I really just want to use an app to track expenses when I go on trips, so I can have like all the expenses for that trip, and I want to be able to like set a currency for that trip, and then like a reach goal would be that like it says how much I've spent on that trip so far, but then I could underneath it would say like how much that is in your home currency. So if you're having like problems doing the conversion, at least you can know like, oh, I've already spent like $100, and I've only been here for an hour or so. So that's kind of like an app that I'd like to build to actually like launch in the Play Store. So for me, I think that is something I'd like to do, and also I'd like to focus on really strengthening my unit tests and espresso tests as I write the app, kind of like doing them, not necessarily test-driven development, but definitely like writing tests and developing features at the same time, and not like just writing all the tests at the end. I'd like to do it.
Well, and also I feel like if you think about testing from the beginning and structure your app in a particular way, then it's actually much easier than do it all at the end.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
So cool. I love that. I would use that app.
Yay! Thanks.
Cool.
Well, I'm going to be busy with my advanced Android, but one of my first apps I want to do is when you're traveling and you don't speak the language, there's these cards that have like a picture of a toilet or food or something, and I want to make an app so that you can show it to the person and they can direct you to the bathroom, or and maybe later on actually convert the word bathroom or whatever it is to the correct language. And then I just want to do OpenGL stuff on the Android just because I have more fun writing OpenGL than I do Android stuff.
I would love to, like, if you're doing that, do it at the same time at the kiddie level. Like, you can do your fancy schmancy thing, but I can try my little OpenGL kiddie thing, because that's something I really want to try, and I want to do it for my cardboard, actually.
There is a GL render for Android that's like a wrapper, and I haven't used that, but I went to a talk. Yeah, I went to a talk on it, but I've never used it, so because I'm still, getting up to speed to be able to do my apps just to get my homework assignments done.
Right.
So
I need to write that down.
But I want to know MVP, and I know I should do testing, and I'd like to do it, the correct way and the good way and stuff like that.
All right. Okay, I'll put Darcy on the table then.
So for projects, I'll be the same as Joan, is probably doing assignments for what I'm doing to keep me busy. So if there's group work or hackathons that we can work on together, that would be cool. I need to come up with a personal project, though. I've got some that I'm thinking about, but I need to decide, because you have to do a project on your own as part of this program. So
you can bring it to the meetup.
Yeah, so I'll bring it to the meetup. I need to check I need to check. I was involved with some stuff with the the Boulder Public Library, and I need to check and see if there was an app that they were looking at having done, and so I need to see if they're getting that work done. Otherwise, that might be was interesting to me when I spoke with them about it. So, so I'll follow up on that. Yeah.
Are you doing that as a part of Code for Boulder? Do you still go to that?
I haven't been going to Code for Boulder of late because my work has changed to be out in Broomfield, so I haven't made it in with schedule conflicts of late. So yeah, that was something that that Code for Boulder was talking about doing with them. So I thought that might be something to work on if they're going to end up doing that. So.
Okay.
But maybe take it on as personal because I know they're pretty busy with other projects right now. So. But yeah, and I think this group, to me, because I don't do this at work, it'll be interesting to see how other people have different styles and everything. So I'm just hoping to learn different.
Osmosis.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Just get it, like just watching what you guys were talking about today to see what other people's code and walk through some, people get stuck. That was helpful. I bookmarked a bunch of things.
And now you know that there's no shame in using Stack Overflow.
So, no, I use that now. So, yeah, it's very, there's lots of good information out there. So,
cool. So Peter?
So I'm still trying to learn the basics. I may even do the treehouse class that Kelly mentioned here or something. Felt like I got stuck on fairly simple things that the unit testing you guys were talking about sounded interesting too.
Okay, and Brenda?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of projects that I want to work on, and things I want to do. Like I want to learn more about Dagger and RxJava. Like you, Chuki. Right now I really want to, and this is something I'm been doing on my own time currently, is just really trying to deeply understand Dagger and what exactly it's doing under the hood when I use dependence or when I use annotations, and what it's the code it's generating for me. And just there's all kinds of things. I definitely want to learn OpenGL from Joan and anyone else who happens to know about that. I've also got this project coming up in the summer that I want to start working on using the OpenBCI hardware microcontroller. And I am hoping to, at that time, buy a 3D printer so that way I can print the headset, and I'd like to make a robotic arm. If anybody wants to join in on that, I would love some help on that too.
Cool. Yeah, I think we have a lot of things on the plate. So basically, your homework is to come up with something more concrete from there and kind of figure out what project you want to work on. So I'm going to say it again. If I miss anything, let me know. I'll post it probably on the meetup group or somewhere. Okay. So in terms of the different technologies, I have MVP, RxJava, Dagger, OpenGL, and then I have just like unit testing and Espresso. I guess those are more like techniques than technology. And then I put down OpenBCI. I have no idea what it is. I assume it's some library of some kind.
BCI stands for Brain Computer Interface, and so basically I want to create a robotic arm that I control with my mind.
Oh, it's like those EEG reader thing, yes. Like a cat ear that moves.
Yeah, so I just they've already got products out available, but they just started a second Kickstarter campaign that I backed, and it's going to be funded. So in June or July I should be getting my kit, and intend to go full bore on that as soon as I get it.
Fun. Cool. So yeah, in terms of kind of app ideas, I have the travel expense app, and then the one that shows pictures when you're traveling so that people can point you where the bathroom is. Cardboard, kind of thing, just rendering for your two eyes, and then robotic arms. So sounds like there's a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm very tempted to be like, oh, let's all build a travel expense app using MVP and Dagger and unit testing and Espresso, just lump everything together. But please stop me because I don't think that is going to work. If we just want to learn everything all together. So please stop me if I ever say that because I just look at the list and they are all awesome. I want to do them all, but no, we will not do that. So please stop me if
I don't think
suggest
that Kelly nor I would be opposed to that idea, though.
Like, I just don't want the same thing to happen where I'm like, hi, are you going to implement that part or not? And then 2 weeks later, oh, actually, I'm not going to be a part of the meetup anymore. I'm like, oh. So just like I feel like there's a lot of project management overhead that I don't know, maybe I'm just skeptical about that. But
I
hey.
think it'll be good, and we can try this out. And then if we all have a change of heart and we're like, oh, I miss working on a crazy deadline project together, then we can enter another hackathon together.
Right. Yeah. So let's try this out for January and just see how this individual project thing.
Darcy wrote that she was asking about the Kickstarter. What's that about, Brenda?
Yeah, so let me post.
Because I'd like to do microcontroller too. I mean, that's kind of where I started.
Actually, I need to probably look
way
at
back.
It. I'm not confident that's the
Before
actual.
there was a PC out there.
Nice.
Yeah, so that is the correct URL, openbci.com. And they do have a Android API, and so I was just going to start with that and kind of just get the feel of it and figure out where to go from there.
Cool. Great. Okay, so that's kind of the laundry list. I'm going to post it somewhere, and like I don't know when's the exact date we are meeting, but sometime in January. So then we'll probably go through and have. Hopefully you come up with more concrete ideas and we can scope them out and figure out like how much you want to tackle and how much time, like how many meetups do you think it will take for you to get there, and try to stay focused because like I seriously don't think we should try to do everything all at once. I think that's too ambitious.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you. I'm going to copy the chat history in case the Hangout doesn't save it. And then I'm going to stop the broadcast.